Stitch Roadies. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you've been having a great stitchy week. I have been a little bit on fire. There were things that happened this week that just kind of opened my heart and my brain, and I just let it be. Just let it be. So I hope if you're new to this channel that you give it a chance. It is somewhat crazy here, but I think as a community we are so worth the time. So thank you for stopping by, and let's proceed. Today's going to be a non-formatted stitch day. So I've got my stitching, so I hope that you put this on pause and go get your stitching, your snack, and your drink, because we have to stay hydrated, and let's stitch together. I am at the point in my project with Fat Quarter Shop, the Autumn Beauties Sal, that I can feel the end of it. It is where I'm just doing the fill-in, so it's great to stitch on while I'm distracted with something else at the same time. You know what I mean. Yeah, so here is my Autumn Beauty Sal. So I'm just finishing up my little sign, filling in, and then I just have to fill in the border, finish up the border, but everything else is done. And if you haven't jumped on board with this, you're going to want to. It's an absolutely adorable chart, and because of what I used, which I don't know, I know that I'm thinking that it's mushroom, maybe. It either looks like an even, it looks like an even weave. It was the called for in the Sal, so you'll see the choice there. And so this size is going to make a nice pillow for my entry bench. And yeah, that's going to be really cute. So I hope you have your stitching. Today is going to be a chance for me to just share thoughts and what I'm doing, not in any particular order. You know how we try to create order out of our lives, and as floss tubers we try to do like a segment on haul, and a segment on whips, and a segment on progress or whatever, or finishes. Today for me that organizational skill is not going to be a part of today's video, because I'm just not capable of doing that today. I did this week realize that there was so much over the last month that I've wanted to share with you that I haven't, because at the time I had the thought, I didn't write it down, and then I forgot about it. And so what I did this week is every time I had a thought, I went to my notes tab in my phone and wrote a note to myself. So I have a nice little list to share with you. This last week has been one of loss that has also opened my who I am to possibilities, if that's the right way to, and it's kind of like you, and I know many of you because I've read your comments, many of you in the last year, 2 years, have suffered significant losses in your lives, and it has either changed the cadence of your life, created a big hole, or hopefully there has been some additional love and understanding that you didn't have before. And I guess this last week has given me a eye-opener. I guess an eye-opener. One of our friends and former neighbors passed away this last week, and he was an incredible person in and I can only say that I mean, knowing him personally, but not a long term, because it was just when we became neighbors. But he gave to his community in a way that was very personal. And so I learned a lot from him along the way. And even in his passing, he has given many gifts that just make you realize that life is a blessing, and it's tenuous. So how does this affect my life in stitching? Well, another person that I don't know but is a friend of a friend was given a choice of time for treatment. Without treatment, the time's very short. With treatment, it could be this long, but there's no guarantees. And I've always thought that, having worked in the medical field, I've always thought, if I were given a choice of, say, getting an extra year if I did chemo, but no cure, or forego the chemo and just leave this world. I always, as a medical person, in my mind said, forego the chemo, accept what you're dealt, make the most of the short time you have left. But given this person's choices, I thought to myself, oh, wow, 2 months, 2 years, 2 months, 2 years. And it will be a different choice for everybody, mind you. But when I look around the beehive, I think I need that 2 years. And I think that I need that 2 years unrestricted, no rules. And I'm going to start all the things, because at the very least, I want my girlfriends to think about finishing my stuff. I know, isn't that so selfish? But I thought, why would I restrict myself in starting just because, there's and I get it that given who I am, that's a much easier choice for me than being monogamous. Yeah, that's a much easier. But it was kind of interesting, because when I thought about it in parameters of life and the gift of life, I decided, I'm just going to start something when I feel like starting it. I'm not going to just make all these rules for myself. With that said, I do love the way I am approaching my Prairie Schooler Santas. It's such a small project, and to have that mantra, it's almost meditative. Finish a Prairie Schooler, start a Prairie Schooler. Finish a Prairie Schooler, start a Prairie Schooler. So in the part of my brain and heart that want to feel somewhat in control, I have that one little rule. And it's not, I don't even feel like it's a rule because I have no desire to break it. And usually when you have rules, well, I figure ways around the rules. So start a Prairie Schooler, finish a Prairie Schooler. Finish a Prairie Schooler, start a Prairie Schooler. I also found out this last week that I absolutely love the petite needles for my Prairie Schoolers. I had no idea. I had bought some when people were talking about them like last year or something. And I thought, oh, I'm not sure I like these. And my big old man hands, how can they use that petite needle? On those small projects, I learned that I'm kind of cheap. I'm a floss cheap person. That means I want to use the floss down to the nubbin. And this last year with the supply chain, that is even more of an issue for me. And with the petite needle, you get to use more floss. Have you ever actually unthreaded your needle, put your needle through the back to anchor it, and then rethreaded it to pull that little piece of thread through? You know who you are. That's me. That's me. I am so about that with floss. But the petite needles for little projects, wow. It was a game changer for me. I have been having a good time because all of a sudden it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I'm working on my Sal. That's the one that I want to get done because I committed to that with the Fat Quarter Shop, and so it makes me, I'll make myself, I remember when I was in college, as a student, I was the student who generally got my paper done the night before, big old paper, typing away. I remember one quarter at the university, I had 3 finals in one day, and I did not sleep for 3 days because I was cramming for my finals. No sleep, 0 sleep for 3 days. And once I took all 3 of those finals, on the way home, sorry for this description, on the way home, which was a 4-hour drive, I would have to pull over every so often and just upchuck because I had just made myself sick meeting the deadline. So I can always meet a strict deadline that has some meaning to outside my own life. But for inside this life, deadlines amuse me. That was that sign I have up here someplace. Deadlines amuse me. I have not progressed very far, but I am still, I might, once I get this Fat Quarter Shop project done, which it should be pretty darn easy, I am going to continue on with my turkey. That is a Plum Street. And I think from the last time we met, I have not really put any new stitches, but there's where I am. I gotta do the border. I'm a border person. And I love this big project bag from my girlfriend Karen because I don't even have to roll up or fold that project. It stays flat in there. Yeah. There's all kinds of fun things happening. And, you know, as the holidays get closer, everyone gets more fevered, or like they get more excited. There's nothing like Thanksgiving through Christmas to get us all worked up, huh? So let me look back at my notes, because I did take notes for a reason. Oh, I loved this idea that Jamie had. She had posted that she was, you know how I'm doing, start a Prairie schooler, finish a Prairie schooler, and right now the 2 Prairie schoolers that I'm working on that'll get done this year are my two younger grandkids. Then I got to start one from the older one. But she's doing a Prairie schooler Santa in honor of each member in her immediate family tree, as a memorial or a memory of them. And then come the holidays, she'll put them all out in a dough bowl, and they'll, you know, be personalized. I just thought that was such a sweet idea that I am, once I get the grandkids done, I'm going to adopt that, you know, because I love personalizing. I just love personalizing projects, you know. But the ornaments are, making them into ornaments is fun, but I also very much like when I can make them into a pillow and put them in a dough bowl, because that is awesome. Yeah. I will put a link in the description box. There is a member of our community who is setting up a Prairie schooler library, and she has, and I keep forgetting to put it there, so I'm going to put it there. I've actually written myself a note. I'm going to put it there, her contact information, and she is just setting up a library for those people who maybe just want to borrow a chart for that you can no longer find, you know, and you will contact her directly. I'm just offering that out as a contact. I'm not involved in it, actually. Yeah, it's. I think that's really sweet of her to take on that task, because not only are many people in areas that don't have cross-stitch shops like we do, like Acorns and Threads. Oh my gosh, we're so lucky. But it's hard to find those charts. Some of them are not, some of them have been re-released, but some are just like hard to find. Oh, this is so nice. Yeah. I feel once I had that eye-opening thought about, if you had a limited time, are you going to limit yourself to just finishing everything? Or are you going to let that limited time be more joyful and start a bunch of stuff? You know, I don't know. I think I'm going to start a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, I'm almost done to this last bit of sign. I couldn't pass this up. When Janine, who owns Acorns and Threads, was over last time. We have created like a monthly stitching time, and when she came over, she brought the floss that was to be included in an exclusive chart being offered at her shop. And there was absolutely, without a doubt, I was going to get it. And it was, it is Summer House Stitch Works, Emily's Bliss. And it's this drum. I mean, you could just make it into a piece and frame it, but this drum, oh my gosh, the kit included your choice of fabric. When you go on the site, you get your choice of fabric, choice of thread, and all the finishing things to it. And so I decided to do it on an Aida. So in the kit I got a piece of Aida with the needle, the appropriate needle. I got the piece of wool. I wanted to try the silk threads, and so I got the silk. Oh my gosh, they're just so beautiful. So I got the silk threads, and they came on a Gloriana Silks on the little cards with the charm, Emily's Bliss, and they have little acorns and leaves on them. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cute. So there was no way. And then on top of that, it also came with the packet of leaves and embellishments out of wool that go on the top of the drum. I'm starting it this month. In fact, I'm starting it as soon as we're done here because I want to feel that silk thread. And I have never done a project with silk thread. Have you used silk thread? I bought silk thread. I have silk thread, but I've never done a project with silk thread. So this is going to be my first project. Today is an absolute beautiful day. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, and I can kind of see way off past Scouter's Mountain that there are some darker clouds, but right over here in our little neck of the woods, it is sunny. The trees that still have leaves on them, the colors of the leaves are like this silk thread. That's what's outside right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The next thing that I wanted to show you, well, the reason I want to show you is that there was also some candy in it. Okay. Did that come out of me? Oh my gosh. Huh. Every week, about every week, on Instagram, Kathy of the Carolina Cross Stitcher, posts pictures of her husband's Peter's wood turning. And I know that I keep showing this. It's like I'm showing it off. But this beeskep scissor holder, I mean, it's a work of art. But every week, you know, I'm wondering if Kathy lets Peter out of his workshop now. Yeah, he might be working. Because she posts pictures once a week. she posts pictures of what he has created. The number, and in front of each picture is a number and the price, and sometimes what kind of wood it is. And then you private message her to say you want that. And if someone hasn't already claimed it, then she will send you a invoice, and you pay it and she ships it. So I was lucky enough to see her posting, and I'll put her email address, or actually now it's petesbeeskeps at gmail.com. I'll put that in the drop-down box. So if you're not on Instagram, I know that's an issue if you're not on Instagram, and you're willing to just say, hey, I'd like a bee skep, you know, and have them ship it to you, you can do that. But if you're on Instagram, you need to follow Carolina Cross Stitcher. Yeah. Just wait till you see this. And there's candy at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that mushroom. Oh my gosh. And it's a scissor holder. See, there's a hole in the top to hold the little scissors. Oh, and he signed it. This is out of spalted oak. Wow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing work. Oh, I absolutely love that. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So I will put all that information down there, because these are one of a kind pieces of artwork out of wood that's going to outlive us all. And P&K Originals. It's so great. Let's see what kind of candy I have here. Extra sour, extreme sour warheads, super bubble gum, and gobstoppers. Gobstoppers. Yeah. So I'm still very much into the, sorry, I gotta have a gobstopper. I'm very much into the fall stitching still, but, oh, they're jawbreakers. Here, I'm trying to break it, and it's a jawbreaker. I thought it was chocolate. But I'm very much into fall still. I know that Christmas is calling. You can't go into any craft store without realizing that Christmas is calling. So I have lots of dreams. But my plan for next year, I mean, so far, you know, I could change my mind as soon as I shut this off. But my plan is to, in January, I'll have a January, I'm not going to limit myself to new starts anymore. I'm just going to start something when I want it. I have so many things kitted up. Why are they staying kitted up? I might as well just start them. When they get done, I don't know. But I think in January, I'll try to stay, I'll pick out the holidays that I would like to decorate. Like, I always decorate once Christmas is done, we're still in winter here. We still can get snow. We still are definitely into winter. So come January, I'm going to just switch all the household decorations over to winter. But I'm going to start in January. When I think about each holiday that I like to celebrate, for whether you celebrate for personal, religious, family reasons, whatever, you pick those holidays you want to celebrate. And so in January, I probably will start some kind of a Easter stitch, or spring stitch, so that I will have something going or done by the time spring comes. And then the next big holiday for me is, I like to decorate for summer too, the seasons. I like to decorate for the seasons, so I probably will do something along like that. But I definitely am a 4th of July. I always loved 4th of July. It seemed like there was no family drama at 4th of July, and it was summer, and yeah. So I will definitely be, maybe in March, working on a 4th of July. In July or August, I'll be working. My anniversary is in September, so I definitely will have some kind of a anniversary thing going. My birthday, again, October, already here. Halloween, so I probably will in August be starting something like that. So I'm kind of a holiday ahead. And then if I moved to, like you get excited when you see all the Halloween decorations, I could start something in October just to be in the mood. But I might have something already done ahead of time also, which will be a double whammy. And then, November, fall, December, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, it's all kinds of ways to celebrate, I have some camping cross stitch because we're big campers. We love to camp. So my mind is just swimming. And I thought I might try journaling, instead of journaling just about starts and finishes and all that, but actually make it a journal about the beehive and myself. I think I would keep that up better. It's kind of like my blog. I keep my blog barely going because it's more about life in general. And so I think I might incorporate that into a written journal. Yeah. That jawbreaker was good. It just crumbled. Yeah. So what are you going to do? What do you think you want to do? Are you one that likes to have structure? I think there would be great comfort in having structure. Structure for me adds more stress because I tend to not meet the rules of the structure, and then I feel bad about myself, and I will browbeat myself with the best of them. And I kind of want to give that up. And so now when I discover something that makes it in my face that this is how you move or how you live life, instead of going to the, oh, why are you this way? Why can't you be different? I'm embracing that. I know that I've often said that for G and I, he brings me peace and I bring him courage, because it's like I'm always game for it. You know, I'm always game for it. And I'll never forget, and I know I probably have told you this before, but I'll never forget when we were first married. And you know, we only had 3 dates in a couple of week period before we got engaged. And we were married within 3 months after that. So it's not like we really knew each other. And so our whole first 5 years of marriage was learning about who the heck we married. And we both, it's worked for us, because it takes a lot of grace and time and learning, and there's something that each person brings to the plate. And if you stop trying to make that person into a plate you want, but understanding the gift of their plate, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I can still remember one day coming home from work, opening the door, and him being laying on a couch that we had gotten out of a dumpster. And I said, how can you just lay there? You know, because I'm like this. How can you just lay there? You know, what are you doing? And he says, I'm daydreaming. And I said, how can you just lay there and daydream? And he said, how do you know what you want to do if you don't daydream? Gobsmacked. So now we have hanging in our house a little tin sign that says daydreaming. Yeah. You got to take the moments. You got to take the moments. Well, I hope that you got a little bit of stitching done. I did. And we're going to meet up next time here. I will have G insert at the end of this video the winner of the journal. Oh, so many possibilities with that journal. So many possibilities. So you take care. I think there was one more thing I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, I forgot. One more thing. My next new start. Only because I forgot, because the thread just came in the mail. I bought a PDF. This is not a very good picture of it because my printer was running out of ink. So the color is totally off. But it's the Jane Austen. That color of that is supposed to be, you know, light brown. But it's okay. It's okay. And so the fabric I chose out of my stash was Grog by Bestitch Me. She does beautiful dyeing. So I'm using Grog. And the thread that I had ordered was Coal by Weeks Dye Works. So I'm going to start that. I'm going to start that right away. And because I just love the saying on this. There is nothing like staying at home for real comfort. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.